Hey guys, this is Coop from Garage Gym Reviews. Welcome. This is the long-awaited Rogue Echo Ski. Rogue released a rower to much fanfare. The Concept 2 Row Erg Model D is the gold standard of rowers. Concept 2 also has their Ski Erg. There is no competitor to the Ski Erg in its form factor. If this is anything like the rower, it's gonna be really freaking good. But we gotta test it first. They also released, that we're gonna do a review on, if you'd like to see it, make sure you subscribe, the Air Rhino, which is essentially the Rhino belt squat attached to an erg flywheel fan, very similar, pretty much same fan what you see in this, that I'm excited to review. But this one was the first one they came out with. Their Echo line, particularly the conditioning Echo line, is extremely popular. The Rogue Echo bike probably is one of their most popular products. They're using the same monitors, which are actually V2 upgraded monitors, starting with this one as they are on the others, because they want to build the ecosystem where you can basically track metrics between the different devices, which is pretty sweet. Rogue makes pretty much everything in the US. This is made overseas because building all this in the US would be absolutely insane. It'd be pretty cool if someday the US could get to that point. But right now, this is imported. Thank you, sir. Okay, one thing that is pretty sweet, I was looking at the instructions online to give me an idea of what this is gonna take. They actually include all of the tools you need in the box, including a T27 Torx wrench, which a lot of people probably wouldn't have that, so nice they include it. Rogue flywheel, she's Butte Clark. Let's see what's in this box. This is the monitor, and this is the new monitor that is gonna be available for all their units. One thing that's pretty sweet about this, dude, you can fit an iPad in there. Okay, we'll set that aside. With D batteries, actual Duracells, not those cheap, crappy things, which it's the little things. This is the top pulley portion. The cords they're using are definitely a different cord than what Concept 2 uses. You can see there's like a khaki embedded. The handle itself is very similar. It feels a little bit more grippy. There's a texture on there. It feels a little bit more grippy than what you would see from Concept 2, but should feel nice even with sweat. This does feel roguish. I mean, that's pretty thick. I mean, it's light because it's aluminum, but that definitely looks and feels thicker than what you'd used to with Concept 2. Okay, let's pull her out. Check out the main frame. Pizza pie. All right, some assembly required. Smells like new shoes. Okay, one of the cool things about this, they've added turf tires. You can take this outside and use it, which is amazing because Concept 2 tires are the littlest baby tires. You can't even call them tires, they're wheels. All right, side wing here. Pretty sweet. I'm guessing they put that there, that cutout so you can grip it when you're moving it. Nice. By the way, this is the first run. We ordered this literally right when it was released, and I just checked today, and they were out of stock. They're coming back in stock in January, but as of today, they're not in stock. Check the link below, like button. They're not like turf tires you have to fill with anything, so you don't have to get your air pump out. They'll always remain that, you know, they're like a plastic. But man, what an upgrade. All right, now let's add on the tires. One thing that is nice on this, they have matching stickers, so you don't even have to guess. You can just throw it on there where it says. I just noticed this. Rogue branded Torx wrench. Rogue, why didn't you make it knurled? Oh yes. Still have a few more screws, but man, they see me rolling. They hating. Look at that. Go over anything with this. Add some full suspension. Go mountain biking with it. This monitor does feel more stout than the previous Echo monitor. And the built-in, it's kind of cool. They put the built-in on the bottom, whereas used to it was on the top, so you had to look above your monitor. Probably has a little bit better feel on below. One thing I am curious, and I would guess this would work, This appears to be the same aux cable as what they use on the performance monitors. So you may be able to put this, honestly the mount looks kind of similar too on a Concept 2 product, or maybe you could put a PM5 on this guy. And then you just plug her in. Now we take the stand. Okay, price actually, it's embedded in the price. It's around 170 bucks for the stand versus Concept 2, 220. So you're looking at a $50 difference just for the stand. Okay, would you know it? It's the same stand. Same ply, look at that, like 20 ply.
I will say it does look like more ply.
It may be. Man.
It's a road to add 2 extra ply.
They would. Ours is 2 ply more. Okay, oh, here's the rails. These rails are definitely stouter than C2s. Yeah, this thing it just feels bigger. It feels more stout. Which, that's one of the things I like about the C2 or the Concept 2 ski erg, is it's just easy to freaking move around. The other thing is I've never heard somebody complain about the durability of any Concept 2 product, including the ski erg. So yes, it's more stout, but do you need more stout? Time to wreck the new Rogue ski. Can somebody turn on the national anthem? We gotta take these out. This is gonna be kind of satisfying because I'm just gonna let it unwind. Ready? Yes. Yes. I may be the first person in the country, other than people at Rogue that probably tested this 5 billion times, that has used this, because literally we just got it in. It's over, folks. Now, but for real, let's do this. Let's take it out. Part of the test is the turf tires. You got handles here on the side so you can grip it and pull it back. Pretty nice. They're like a plastic on them, rounded, so you're not gonna cut your hand. Better than just grabbing on the side. Back here, boom. Then you've got another handle right here, so you can use that. It would be nice if they had the same plastic there, but we got turf tires. Might as well take it off road. You ready, Sam?
Yeah.
It's ready, baby. Off-road rally. Okay, first test, you definitely couldn't do that with the C2 ski erg. Now, we will use it for its functions. I first want to show the monitor. Man, it's a very similar layout as your PM5s. Select workout, standard list. Okay, so they basically have popular workouts you would do. Let's see if they have the fish game. My kids love the fish game. No fish game. Honestly, my kids would say just send it back right now. They have the connect option. This is gonna be kind of interesting. They're going to come out with TV that fits in your squat rack called the Rogue Milo. They're gonna be able to display your metrics on your squat rack from here. But let me just use it. We've got a damper here. This is either letting in more or less air. Level 10 is gonna provide more air, less air on level 1. They don't wanna call it resistance, but it's kind of what it is. Feels solid. That's gonna get a ton of movement. The other thing is it's not on the side, it's on the top, which is nice. So while you're using it, you don't have to go down the side, you just on the top, you can easily read the numbers. You have a phone holder here. Turn on my phone, but you have a phone holder here. It's just up and down, but also it could be an iPad holder. Now time to ski. Swivel handles. Handles feel carbon copy of Concept 2. You can hear it, the more resistance. You can use 2 hands at a time or 1 hand. no flexing. There is more of a flex on Concept 2. Let's take it back in the garage. Give me my breakdown. Those tires. Small convenience, game changer. Okay, there's one other thing. Interesting addition. I just realized this. They have these plastic pieces here. These fit in right here. Boop. The reason for these is so, let's say you're training youth athletes, you're training paraplegics, people in wheelchairs, you name it, that can't reach all the way up, or you want to start at the bottom. This allows you to place them in there. Very simple. So you can start at the bottom. And it looks cool. I like that. That's a nice addition. If you want to start, get going. That's a nice touch. Small touch, but nice. The thing is, if you leave them there, that's going to be pulling on your shock cord. So just like you would do with your Concept 2 row erg, you want to leave it all the way in when you're not using it. Then when you want to use it, you can bring it down if you'd like, just so your shock cord isn't getting prematurely worn. So what do I think about this? Well, I've literally shown you what I've used it for. We assembled it, I used it and showed you. I will have to get more use before I can give you like a definitive, this is the one. I can tell pretty quickly though. I've used every ski erg on the market. High end, very low end, all the way down to like $200, $100. We've reviewed them on the Budget Gym Co-op channel. You can check that out. If you would like to see a video on the best alternatives for budget equipment on pieces like this, check out the Budget Gym Co-op channel and we'll do a video over there. Make sure you subscribe. But where do I rank this? First off, let's pull up the price. So the Rogue Echo ski is coming in at a whopping, the cheapest amount using a 5/8 inch or 1 inch mount is $825. The Concept 2 ski erg wall mount is $850. They know what they're doing. $25 less. But Concept 2 mounts to a wall, whereas the Rogue mounts to a rack, either their 5/8 inch rack or their 1 inch rack. If you want the floor stand, the Concept 2 ski erg with floor stand is $1,070. The Rogue Echo with the stand is $995. The shipping cost for the comparable unit from Concept 2 is $100. The shipping for the Rogue is around $75. It's currently not in stock, but it's a little bit less. So the question is like, is the value similar? Is it close? And I can answer this pretty definitively. These are very comparable units. What you're getting with this one that you're not getting with C2 is turf tires, a overall beefier, heavier build. It's gonna be easier to maneuver thanks to the turf tires, but it is gonna be heavier, but it's also gonna be more stable. You're also getting Rogue's new Echo monitor, which unless you're just so bought into the C2 system, I think a lot of people are actually gonna like this monitor better, and the ability to hold your phone, just like other little comfort features about it. But in use, this feels exactly like the C2 ski erg with a little bit more stout build. Another question is like, is Rogue gonna come out with parts? My answer is probably gonna be yes, because they're competing directly with C2 and they know that's one of C2's value props, and Rogue kind of offers parts anyways. So if I was gonna get one today for my purposes, because I'm not using C2 ski ergs in competition, I'd get this one. It's so slim for a garage gym. This one attached to a rack, and the price point beats C2. They're gonna sell a lot of these. If you'd like to see the Rogue Rhino Air Squat that's coming forth, a review of that, let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe. This has been Coop from Garage Gym Reviews. I'll see you next time. Peace.